Alrighty, guys, welcome to the season premiere of Keith's Hot Takes. And as you see, this is something new that we're doing this season. I have two special guests who are going to be picking games with me today. I have my guy Damien and I have my guy Demarius here with me. Guys, how you guys doing today?
Chilling, what's good?
Yeah, everything cool, man. How about you?
I'm good, man. Excited for this season premiere. Ready to pick some games with you guys, and we're gonna also, before we get to picking the games, we're gonna talk about Cam Newton because some shocking, I mean shocking news dropped about Cam Newton. Also, as you see behind me, I am live here in Kansas City. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Kansas City because the Chiefs and Browns is our game of the week, and we'll be picking that later on. That'll be the last game we pick. But let me get you guys' thoughts on the shocking news that we got. Was it last Tuesday? I think last Tuesday, when Cam
Mhm.
Newton was shockingly released by the Patriots. I know I was shocked when I heard the news. So, what did you guys think about it?
Well, this gonna surprise y'all, but I wasn't that shocked. I mean, only because this is a very Belichick move to do. Belichick just doesn't care. And I think he kind of messed up by not getting the vaccine. I'm not saying he should go get it, but him having to be away from practice those 5 days, that kind of messed him up. And then Mac Jones was playing really well. So either way, Mac Jones won the job. He was a better quarterback in my opinion. So I was surprised when you really think about it, when you really think about our history of just doing stuff on a whim, it was not that surprising.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's when Cam messed up. I think he went away from the facility to go to a doctor's appointment, and like you were saying, the NFL rules are a lot stricter for unvaccinated players opposed to vaccinated players. And once he missed those 5 days, Mac Jones he balled out in that joint practice with the Giants. He went 35 out of 40. He was just slinging it all over the place. I think that was the end of Cam Newton in New England. So I wasn't surprised. I remember when I first saw the news, I saw somebody saying that I had to make sure that they were a real person and not a troll because I wasn't expecting them to release Cam Newton. But if they were going to go with Mac Jones as the quarterback, I understand why they didn't want Cam Newton to be his backup because maybe they feel like that would put too much pressure on Mac Jones because of Cam Newton's presence. And we'll have to see where Cam goes from here. So, Damian, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Demarius, but I really wasn't that surprised either. Even before the vaccine and the whole COVID thing with Cam, I mean, I kind of figured, like even last season when he was signed, I kind of figured he wasn't a long-term thing. So it was something in the moment, Cam was signed to the Patriots. He shows what we can do, what he can do, and I'm surprised at the same time, not surprised, only because I would have figured it would have been something like Miami was doing with Fitzpatrick and Tua, having a rookie starter and uh, having
Like
a
a veteran
veteran,
presence.
yeah,
Yeah.
but because Mac Jones is going to need that. He's not going to be able to come out swinging all through the season, and with the what's the backup with Jared Stidham
Stidhams,
Stidham.
yeah, steady.
Yeah,
Hurts.
I don't think he's going to be able to provide the necessary tools that Cam could have brought if he was still signed to the team.
Yeah, because I think Stidham is on the Pope list. So I think he has surgery in the off season. So right now their backup is Brian Hoyer. I mean, he's
And
been
that's
in the
even
league.
worse.
Yeah, that's even worse. He's a great backup, but all you want him doing is holding the clipboard and giving signals. That's about all
Right.
you want. But I agree with you. I think it would have been smart for them to keep Cam as a backup just because of what you were talking about, like leadership. He's been in the league. he'll be able to help Mac Jones whenever he's struggling. Because I feel like Cam's a great leader. I feel like people have a misconception that he wouldn't, accept the backup role just because of, he has a big ego. I mean, we all admit that. But I think he would have enjoyed helping Mac Jones. He just seems like Cam, was a big leader on that team, and I'm surprised that they, didn't let him stay on as a backup. But I guess they felt like that'd be too much pressure on Mac Jones.
Yeah, a lot of, like you said, a lot of people don't think that he would take the backup role because of his ego. But you also got to remember when Cam was in Carolina and he helped Kyle Allen, he helped Will Greer along. Those guys had to help fill in the quarterback position when Cam was hurt, and he still helped them along and help train them to be where they are now.
So now we'll transition to, do you guys think that the Patriots will be a playoff team with Mac Jones taking over as a quarterback? They made a lot of additions in the offseason to their defense. They added some weapons on offense. So will this team be a playoff team?
Well, I'm not going to sound like too much of a fanboy, but
oh Jesus,
I'm gonna say yeah, only, but not in the way that we think. I mean, I think our rushing game will really offensively will lead the way. I mean, I don't think Mac doesn't have to go out and be a world beater. He has the offense, the running backs to rely on. Then he has the defense. So with that being said, we could definitely get in on one of the lower spots. But I mean, I think we make the playoffs. I mean, I don't think this is our year that we make a deep run. I think we win a game and maybe probably lose in the divisional round. But to answer the question, yeah, I think he can do it in his first year just because he has a team. He has a pretty good supporting cast. So yeah.
Damian, what about you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what he said. If they do make it, it's not going to be something special. If they probably just going to barely make it. But the Patriots' biggest issue last year was not having enough receivers or good receivers. They signed a bunch of tight ends and they got new receivers in the offseason. So I think it really going to depend on how he plays. He as an individual plays as a quarterback, whether or not they're going to make it.
Yeah, because I agree with what Demaris was saying. Since y'all have so many running backs, that's a really deep position for y'all. I think we could see y'all in a lot of 2 tight end sets, running the ball, making sure you don't put a lot of pressure on Mac Jones because he is a rookie, and you don't want to put too much pressure on the rookie because a rookie's best friend is having a good running game, and y'all have so many running backs, it's ridiculous. I remember we were talking about this in our group chat about how y'all have all these running backs and they were just showing out in the preseason. It seemed like y'all were just rotating them in and doing it as a committee. And I think that's really going to help Mac Jones. And I think y'all will be a playoff team, maybe get one of those wild card spots because you have the Dolphins and the Bills in your division. And it's just going to be really competitive in the AFC. So
some running backs, we traded one away. We traded away Michelle.
oh, yeah, that's how deep y'all are.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of teams don't know how to handle a strong running game. So that may be the deciding factor for it.
I could see the Patriots lead the league in rushing. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see them making the game ugly, trying not to get in too many shootouts, low scoring, low 20s, so.
Yeah, that's our way to be successful. I was going to say that's our key to be successful this season.
And also, now that we look at it, all the quarterbacks in that division are 25 and under. That's crazy to me. Josh Allen is the oldest quarterback in that division at 25.
And he's only been in the league, 2 years?
I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 3 or 4 now. So that's a new era in the AFC East. All right. And to wrap out this topic, we're going to talk about where does Cam Newton go from here. I think personally, he may have to wait a while. And I think it may hurt him that he's not vaccinated because it seems like the league is not playing around with that this year because, they had to move around too many games. They had to do a little too much last year with teams canceling because of COVID outbreaks. So I feel like that may hurt him, but I feel like he should either go to Houston or to Washington. I wouldn't want him to go to Houston because I think they're going to be one of the worst football teams in NFL history because they're really awful, and I think they're going to be trying to get a top 5 draft pick so they can get a quarterback to replace Deshaun Watson. So I mean, he may have to go there and showcase his skills, and then see if a team wants to give him some money next offseason. But I think either Houston or Washington is the best situation for Cam. So we shall see.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think he should definitely sit out this season. Get healthy. Because I mean, if you put him on a team right now, him not being vaccinated, it's gonna be hard for him to get into the lineup really, because you have to wonder like, oh well, he even play this game or that game, and then you have to also think it's gonna be pretty hard for him to get caught up to learn the playbook. It was a report that came out that Mac Jones was actually teaching Cam the playbook, and I think that's wild. The rookie was teaching the veteran the playbook. So, with that being said, when you said Houston and Washington, I think those are viable options if he wants to start right away. But I think the best option would be for him to go to Pittsburgh. He sits a year out, just getting healthy. Roethlisberger only has a few more years left. If he just sits behind Roethlisberger, thinking that he'll be back next year just for a few years, then he takes over Pittsburgh. He has good receivers, a good defense, and he's right in the thick of things. So that's why I think Pittsburgh would be the best option.
Well, yeah, you said Roethlisberger got a few more years. I think he got maybe 1 or 2,
Well,
depending on how.
Yeah, I think two was pushing it.
Yeah, I think 1. I mean, because he's 39 and he's not like Tom Brady eating avocado ice cream and all that. So, I mean, but I would like that. I mean, they got a great receiving core, great coach, great defense. So I mean, if Cam would want to do that, I know they have a lot of backups. I don't know who their backup is going to be, but I mean, that would work. I didn't think about Pittsburgh, but that would work.
Yeah.
Damien, how about you?
I'm gonna have to disagree with him because I don't see Cam in Pittsburgh. There's a level of being undisciplined that the Steelers always have for some reason, and I think that's gonna clash with Cam and the way his EO is, the way he portrays himself. Honestly, I see him like somewhere like Miami, somewhere where they have a young starting quarterback, because the Dolphins' backup quarterback is Jacoby Brissett from the Colts, and I'm not saying he's a nobody, but I'm saying that's not what they need. They need somebody who. Jacoby doesn't run as well as Tua or Cam Newton, so I think that's gonna be what they need. Because if you compare them to the Ravens, like Lamar Jackson, how he starts and how he runs offense, how he can run the football as well as throw and pass it, his backup looks just like him. Like you won't be able to tell if they weren't wearing the same, like, different numbers. I think his last name is Huntley.
Oh yeah, he looked good in the preseason. He got a lot of work.
Yeah, he looked real good, and he almost looks like Lamar Jackson. And it's funny how they can do the same thing, but also keep a fresh pair of legs, keep a fresh arm. Just switch out the quarterbacks and the offense still be able to run. I think that's what somebody's going to need from Cam, and that's what Cam needs to be.
I could see that because I think it would be good for Tua to have a great mentor like Cam, to learn from, and somebody can pick his brain. I think that's another great option. So you guys provided some options that I didn't even think about. So this was definitely a great conversation, and I really enjoyed this. So now we're gonna get to my favorite part of the show. We're gonna get ready to pick all 16 NFL games. As we know, next week football season starts, and we'll have football every Sunday until February. So that's gonna be awesome. So the first game we're gonna pick is the Thursday night opener between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I feel like I already know how this one is gonna go. But who do you guys have winning?
Sorry, I hate to disrespect you on your own podcast, but it's no way The Buccaneers. I don't see that.
Damien?
I'm gonna go with the Bucks too.
Okay. Well, I'm taking my Cowboys. I think I'm picking more with my head and my heart than I am with my common sense. I'm not very confident about this pick, but I just believe we're gonna do it. I'm sick and tired of these talk shows saying we're gonna get murdered. It's gonna be 50-0. It's gonna be over by halftime. I'm just sick and tired of it. I know our team is. I just think we're gonna find a way to win this game. You know how teams on opening night they always don't do good when that banner is getting dropped, and so I feel like we could sneak up on them, make a statement, and I feel like with all the additions we made on defense, Micah Parsons, Keanu O'Neal, I feel like we're gonna make a statement, and I feel like it's gonna be a great game. I'm a little concerned about our offensive line. Zach Martin won't be playing. He's got on the COVID list just before we came on. I'm a little concerned about that. If we can protect Dak, I feel like he's going to be able to throw a field day on this Tampa Bay defense. But the key will be, can we protect Dak? Because Todd Bowles, he likes to heat up quarterbacks and he likes to blitz. But I'm very confident that we can find a way to win this game. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I was outnumbered 2-1 on that one, but it's okay.
Yeah. Hey, but if it means anything, I love the enthusiasm. But you have to remember who your opponent is, because this Tampa Bay defense stopped the Super Bowl champs, and how explosive their offense was.
Speaking of their offense, before we move on, I have no idea how we're going to cover all those receivers that they have, but by the grace of God, I hope we can find a way before Thursday to figure out how we're going to cover all those receivers. They have the deepest receiving core that I've ever seen in my life. Lord have mercy. But I think the key is Tom Brady doesn't like pressure. So if we can somehow find a way to get pressure on Tom Brady, I think that's the key. You have to rough Tom Brady up. You have to get in his face. You have to make him uncomfortable. You have to put him on his butt. He doesn't like that. So I think we have to do that early, and I think that'd be the biggest key. We got to put him on his butt early. So
good luck.
I'm gonna need it and some. Ooh, Jesus. All right. So we'll move to our Sunday games. The first Sunday game that we're gonna pick is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. So who do you guys have winning this game?
I'm gonna get to the Falcons.
Damien? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jalen Hurts, first game starting, right?
Well, no, he started last year against us. He started a couple games last year when they benched Wentz because he was so god awful. But
okay.
Yeah.
But still, I'm gonna give it to the Falcons.
I'm about to go Eagles for that one.
Ooh. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I have the Falcons just because I think they're going to score a lot of points on offense. Adding Kyle Pitts, I can't wait to watch him. And I just think the Eagles are just going to be really awful. They're old. Their offensive line is in shambles. I don't know what they're going to be like on defense. They have a lot of questions that I need answered before I can put any faith in the Eagles. So I'm going to take the Falcons. I think this may be a shootout. High scoring, up and down. If you like points, I will watch this game because I think Kyle Pitts is going to have 2 or 3 touchdowns, 100 yards. I think he's just going to go ballistic on this Eagles defense. So next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Buffalo Bills. I think this would be one of our better 1 o'clock games right here.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. I'm going to give this one to the Bills. I think Josh Allen is going to be really good. I think he might make a case for MVP. He made a case last year. I think it's going to be an even stronger year for him this year. So I'm going to give it to the Bills.
I have the Bills winning too. I don't know if you guys saw that throw he had in the last preseason game they played, but oh my goodness, boy, he was about at midfield and he just threw that thing. It was, that was a rocket. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game. But I just think the Bills at home, I think they're going to pull out a close win over the Steelers. Damien?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Bills too. Josh Allen is really one of those come-up superstars, and their offense is really, really dynamic. I think that offense is going to give the Pittsburgh some work.
Yeah, adding Emmanuel Sanders to Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley. Oh my God. Good luck stopping that offense.
Do you miss Cole Beasley?
uh we have CD Lamb now, so not really. And that was one of the reasons why I'm so confident about picking my Cowboys, because I think we're gonna show everybody that we have the best offense in the league.
Cap.
I mean, we're gonna show it. You know, that's
You
the
gotta
only way
have
we can. That's the only way we can do it. You can't say it; you got to show it. You know. So, all right. Next, we have the Minnesota Vikings visiting the the Cincinnati Bengals. Who do you guys have winning there?
That's a toss-up for me, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think Burrow, he's gonna have a good bounce back season.
Yeah, that's why I took the Bengals too. And Joe Burrow, I trust. Okay, Damien, is it another sweep?
I don't know. That one could go either way for me. Cause my first instinct was like I'm going to the Vikings, but at the same time, like who are the Vikings really? So I may have to go with the Bengals too.
Because we know what the Vikings want to do. They want to run the ball, and they want to make sure Kirk Cousins doesn't have to throw it too much. And if they are able to do that, control the clock, they may have a chance in this game. So we shall see.
Yeah, but
Next,
you can only run the ball so much.
yes, yeah, you can only run it so much before you have to. But I mean, Justin Jefferson, the year he had last year, good gracious, over 1,000 yards as a rookie. So I mean, and Thielen, they got Adam Thielen. So I mean, they don't have no problem throwing it. But Kirk Cousins, he can make some really bad decisions when you make him throw it. So we shall see. Next, we have the San Francisco 49ers. They're playing the Detroit Lions in Detroit.
It's an easy one.
Yeah. So on my show, we have Lock of the Week where we'll pick this at the end, but I'll go ahead and say this. This is my Lock of the Week. I think the 49ers are the much better team. I think the Detroit Lions, they're going to be picking in the top 5 of the draft. So I have the 49ers, and this is my Lock of the Week. And I'm very confident about that the 49ers will win this game.
Definitely, yeah. The 49ers, they're going to definitely be improved. They had a lot of injuries last year, but they have everybody coming back. I think once they figure out if they want Garoppolo or Trey Lance to start, I think we might be looking at a contender in San Francisco. And then they're also talking about they might play both Trey Lance and Garoppolo. So I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think that's something you want to do long term because, you know, say if a guy's got a rhythm, you take him out for a couple of plays. I don't think that's something that could last long term. But it could work, you know, in situations, but not
situations. Yeah.
Damon, do we have a sweep? Another sweep?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers too. I think Jared Goff is gonna need some more time, like in game situations, to get used to the Detroit offense. So I'm like, for it being the first week, I'm gonna go 49ers, but maybe later on in the season, if they were to meet again, maybe I'll go Detroit.
Oh, I don't think I would ever go Detroit. I think Jared Goff is going to be running for his life all game. I think that front four of the 49ers is going to really get after him, and I think he's just going to be running for his life all day. So, yeah. Next, we have another really good 1:00 game. The Arizona Cardinals visiting the Tennessee Titans. As we know, the Tennessee Titans added Julio Jones, but I'm taking the Cardinals because I do not trust that Titans defense. They were one of the worst defenses in the league last year. And until they get that fixed, I will not expect them to be a contender. So I'm going to take the Cardinals just because I trust Kyler Murray, and I'm going to start him in my fantasy league because he's going to have a field day against that defense. So I'm taking the Cardinals here.
I'm going to go with the Titans off the strength that I think Julio Jones is going to have a really good game. And I think Derrick Henry is, if not the best running back in the league, at least the second. So I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Oh, I think he's the best because you can give it to him 30 times and he's gonna wear the other team's defense down. But does that change now that they have Julio? I don't know. We'll have to see.
think it makes them more balanced, if anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because if they put 8 in the box, do you really want AJ Brown and Julio Jones one-on-one with your corners? I don't think
with
so. So
anybody,
yeah, with anybody, yeah, those are two
and
freaks. So yeah,
especially if you have either one of them lined up on the inside with a linebackers have to cover them.
woo.
But I know firsthand when Julio was in Atlanta versus Luke Kuechly before he retired, man.
That
It
300
was
yard
jump
game.
ball twice. That was a jump ball twice.
Yeah, you don't want a linebacker covering either one of those guys. So,
I'm gonna go Tennessee too. You
oh
know,
wow.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Okay. And they were going to pick is the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Indianapolis Colts. Another great 1 o'clock game. I love that the NFL has loaded up week 1 with a lot of great games. We're going to have some very competitive games. So I took the Seahawks here. I think this is going to be a great game, low scoring, but I think the Seahawks in rust I trust, and I think they're going to pull out a close win in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one to Danger Rush. I'm gonna give this to the Seahawks. Yeah, I'm not too confident on Wentz. Is he good to go week 1?
I'm not sure. It seems like every other day something's wrong with him.
I know the Colts have a good defense though, but offensively, I'm just not too confident in giving them a win in this one.
Yeah, because I don't know if Carson Wentz is going to be there week 1 because it seems like he's very fragile. So they may need to put him in bubble wrap and try to just get him to next Sunday. The kick is the Los Angeles Chargers visiting the Washington football team. I had to make sure I didn't call them the Redskins because I'm still getting used to that.
Oh, you said it though.
I know I was really close, but
Hey, well,
there's a
Washington
football
need to
team.
find a mascot.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to after this year, so hopefully they do because calling them the football team sounds really weird.
No,
Yeah, they were better off as the Redskins.
I'm probably alone in this, but I like that. It's distinctive. I like that. They should keep that. The Washington football team.
No,
Oh,
it's like the Browns. They don't have no mascot. Like, what is a Brown? Like,
it's like a dog. I think that's what it's
yes,
going.
it is. But
it was a dog at one point, but
like they just have a plain orange helmet. But yeah, I mean, apparently they're gonna finalize it. We're going to, and then some stuff happened. So yeah, but I'm taking the Chargers here. This is another game I was really going back and forth on, but I think Justin Herbert, if they're able to protect him, I think if he's able to, not get sacked by Chase Young, you know how hard it is to block Chase Young. Cam Newton found out that the hard way.
He really
But
did.
yeah, he got his block knocked off by Chase Young. But yeah, I just think the Chargers are gonna win a close defensive struggle. I'm glad Dorian James is back. He's had some injuries in the offseason. I'm glad he's back because he's a playmaker. I think he may pick off a pass or two from Ryan Fitzpatrick. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Chargers here in a very close game.
Yeah, I definitely got the Chargers in this one. Justin Herbert, he's a guy I'm really high on. I think, but it also is if they can protect him from Chase Young. I mean, Chase Young, he's a problem. He's definitely gonna get home a few times. So, but offensively, the football team can't keep up with the Chargers, so I'll give them to the Chargers.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to keep a running back or a tight end on Chase Young's side, and you're gonna have to chip him, give him a rib shot or something to slow him down because he's gonna be a hell raising off that edge. He's gonna be revved up. It's gonna be his first game in front of fans in DC. He's gonna be ready to go. So you can't block him with one person. So Damon, who you have here?
I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I think is really gonna get a defensive game. But I know Washington got Chase Young, and I know the Chargers got one of the Bosa brothers.
Yeah. What's his name? Joey.
Nick Bosa. Is it Nick or Joey?
No, Nick plays San Fran.
Okay, I knew it was one of them, but he's tough too. So I think it's gonna be a really defensive game. I know Washington's receivers. They got Curtis Samuel from Carolina, and
that's gonna be scary. Terry McLaurin, that's his name.
Yeah, to Terry McLaurin and
He's nice.
Kyle Allen. So Kyle Allen and Curtis Samuel got some chemistry there. I think the other quarterback's last name is Taylor.
It's Taylor
something.
Heineke.
Taylor Heineke.
Heineke.
Oh yeah, he was with the Panthers.
Yeah, I was like,
forgot
I
about that.
could not think of his name. But yeah, so I think that's set right there, and you know how hard it is to stop Curtis Samuel, especially when he's lined up in the middle. He's a running back lined up as a receiver, basically.
Yeah, they'll use
So-
him on a lot of jet sweeps. You just want to give him the ball and just get some blockers in front of him. He's gonna hit his head on the goalpost. So
Yeah,
but I think. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
no, I just said I think it's gonna be a defensive game though, so I'm gonna go Washington.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Washington win this game because I think Fitzpatrick, with those weapons that they have, I definitely think Washington's gonna be much improved. And they got what's his name, Dommy Brown out of North Carolina, who's gonna be like their deep threat whenever they need a big play. He's an athletic freak. He just goes up and gets the ball whenever they throw it to him. So I do think Washington's gonna be improved, but I just think the Chargers are gonna win. Defensive struggle because I believe in Justin Herbert a little more than I do Ryan Fitzpatrick. So. All right, Damon, we're gonna go to your team right here. We got the New York Jets coming to Charlotte, visiting the Carolina Panthers. I'm really high on Zach Wilson, but I have a lot of questions about the Jets defense. So that is why I went with the Carolina Panthers here. And I think they're going to win a great game. I think their defense is going to be much improved. And I think they're going to frustrate the rookie Zach Wilson. So.
Like you said, you have a lot of questions about the Jets defense. I have a whole lot of questions about the Jets as a team.
Oh yeah.
And I think this one, of course, Carolina be my team and all that.
You do have to have them.
Rapid.
And like getting away from my personal stuff, I think Carolina's gonna want it more. Have Sam Darnold coming from the Jets. I think it's gonna be all right. I think he's trying to prove that it was the Jets holding him back and not him holding back the Jets. So of course it's gonna hit personal for him, and just like because everybody took a chance on him, was it him or was it Jets?
Sure.
So of course I'm gonna give it to Carolina.
Yeah. Before you go, Demaris. We also should mention that this is a revenge game for Sam Darnold because the Jets, they broke up with him, and it's like you want to show your ex what they missing. So I feel like he's gonna want to put on a show. So it's 2-0 right now. Do we have a sweep, Demarius?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give this one to the Panthers. I think the Panthers are actually really improved this season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could really compete in NFC South. And of course, I'm not gonna give it to my AFC East rival, the Jets. but yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Panthers though.
Yeah, Carolina defense has been really improved. Because last year we was missing Luke Kuechly. We didn't except for Dante Jackson. All the corners were young or rookies. So with the addition of J.C. Horn, Dante Jackson on the other side. And the linebackers are really coming up too. In the defensive line, you got Grossier, and Brian Burns at the end, and then Derek Brown up in the middle. They gonna give the Jets offense some work.
Yeah, I definitely expect them to try to confuse Zach Wilson, heat him up, and I think J.C. Horn. I can't wait to see him work because he gets after you. He gets after you. So I know Demarius is calling this a game between two of the worst teams in the NFL. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars visiting the Houston Texans. I think Jacksonville is going to be really good this year. Maybe 6 or 7 wins, but the Texans, I just think they're going to be really, really awful. I hate to say it, but I'm going Jacksonville here because I don't have much faith in the Texans, and I'm gonna be surprised if they win a game this year. So I'm gonna go Jacksonville.
I thought you was doing our game next. That's why I was doing that. But
that's coming. Matter of fact, that's next.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not-
you weren't far
he
off.
made it next just for you.
Yeah. Well, no, it was really next on our lineup sheet.
But nah, I'm definitely going Jacksonville. I don't think the Texans will win a game. I think that's my big take of the season. Or if they do, they'll win like maybe one, maybe two. But yeah, definitely Jacksonville. But Jacksonville's still gonna be pretty bad though. Their line looked terrible in the preseason. I think Trevor Lawrence is definitely gonna he has his work cut out for him this season. Him and Urban Meyer, it's gonna be rough for him.
This will be the
But-
first time. This will be the first time in Trevor Lawrence's life he doesn't have the best of everything at every position. You know, he at Carterville when he was in high school, he had the best offensive line, the best receivers. At Clemson, he had that, but he's gonna go through some growing pains this year. He's.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and finish your thought. I just want to add that.
Oh no, I was gonna say just definitely though Jacksonville. I mean both these teams are terrible though, so I don't think that's very good to watch. But Jacksonville,
I don't think they'll have many people at the game, and I don't think many people will be watching this game. But yeah,
unless you're a Clemson fan, you want to see how Lawrence does.
yeah, I was excited to see Travis Etienne. I was excited to see them that duo in the backfield, but unfortunately, Etienne he got hurt and he won't be playing this season. So
That was terrible.
we'll have to wait till next year, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jacksonville too. It's just hard. It's hard just knowing everything that Houston is going through. It's hard just picturing them winning. I don't know who the quarterback is.
Tyrod Taylor.
Wasn't he just with the Chargers?
Yep, and then they they punctured his lung when they gave him that rib injection, and he should own the Chargers right now, but
So they were investigating into that because it seems like that's like malpractice. It seemed like they did that purposely to get Herbert to start. I don't know.
That's why I said
just give him the starting position.
I would have got the best lawyer in California, and I would have been on the Chargers right now. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
So
That's a
is he?
Taylor.
Yeah, I mean he can win you some games, but
he's not long term.
No,
he's more of a steady backup at best. Like
I feel like if they get too close to some games, they're gonna be like, Tyrod, don't you win this game, because the Jets, they messed up. They won a couple games and they missed out on Trevor Lawrence. So I feel like the Texans, although they won't say this, I feel like they're going to try to tank and get the number 1 draft pick to get one of the best quarterbacks next year. So I could see that happen. Now, Demarius, you can point at that god-awful, ugly flag behind you.
Sick.
The first 425 game that we're going to pick is the Miami Dolphins visiting New England Patriots. I don't think we need to get Demarius' pick. I think I can just go ahead to Damien. But Demarius, you can go ahead and make it official.
Okay, but I'm not gonna sound like too much of a fanboy here, though. I think it's gonna be
every time.
It's gonna be a pretty close, entertaining game. You have 2 former Alabama quarterbacks squaring off. I'm pretty excited to see how Mac Jones performs. I'm gonna give it to us though in a close game. It's a divisional rivalry. Those games are always the closest. So, yeah.
I have the Patriots winning too because I think they're just gonna ground and pound the Dolphins into submission. I think this is gonna be a low-scoring, ugly defensive struggle. And I just think that the Patriots are going to make sure Mac Jones doesn't have too much on his plate. It's game 1. And you don't want to be throwing against Xavier Howard, Byron Jones. I'd rather just run the ball because I think they can move the Dolphins in the trenches. So I think they'll just run the ball and win the game that way. So I got the Patriots too.
Yes, sir.
Well, right now, my first thought is I'm going with the Patriots. But next game may be something different, depending how this first one goes. But what really is going to dictate who wins is the offensive line. It's going to be in whichever offensive line wants it more. Because, we know Mac Jones can throw the ball, and we also know that Patriots have good running backs. But it's going to be the offensive line to dictate which one they do more. If they can dig and move guys, then yeah, it'll be a running game. But if they can stand their ground against the defensive line, then it gives time for Mac Jones to throw the ball and then move it more faster, really. So long story short, I'm gonna give it to the Patriots this first game. Just make it clear, depending on how this game goes.
But I also want to see Tua. They added a Waddle from Alabama. I mean, good luck. If you let him get in the open field, good luck. That's all I gotta say. Good luck. That boy is fast. I'm excited to see them two hook up. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a really great game. Now let's talk Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. This game will be taking place in Jacksonville because of the hurricane that went through New Orleans. I want to send my thoughts and prayers to everybody that's been infected by the hurricane in Louisiana. So this game will take place in Jacksonville. I thought it was going to take place in Jerry's World. It would look much better because Jacksonville, they don't have a nice stadium at all. But in the Castle, it would have looked much better in the Castle. I don't know why they picked Jacksonville. Maybe they want to be out in the sun instead of in some air conditioner. I don't know. But anywho, I'm taking the Packers. I think this is going to be a really good game. But yeah, I just trust Aaron Rodgers a little more than I do Jameis Winston. So that was the deciding factor for me. So who do you guys have?
Definitely Green Bay, but Jameis Winston made me a believer in him this preseason. I mean, that one throw to Marquez Callaway was good.
Ooh.
The two, they were really good.
Yeah.
But I'll give it to Green Bay. But I think Jameis Winston has definitely proved that he's a starting caliber quarterback in the league. So
as long as he don't throw the ball over and his eyes don't see things
well,
that aren't there.
He got LASIK.
Yeah, I think that's doing wonders for him after he threw them 30 interceptions.
I'm gonna give it to the Packers. Oh my bad, excuse me. I'm gonna give it to the Packers, but I don't think it's gonna be a slight game for them. I think Jameis Winston has come a long way since being in Tampa Bay, and then being in a whole different offense environment. New coaches. Working under Drew Brees. I think that's done wonders for him. So they may lose this game, but it's not going to be a blowout like everybody may expect them to be. So I'm going to give it to the Packers.
For sure. Next, we have the Denver Broncos visiting the New York Giants. I'm taking the Broncos. That defense is really nasty. They're going to get after Daniel Jones. The Giants, they're going to have a hard time against that Broncos defense. Von Miller's coming back. He hasn't played a game in 2 years. So Daniel Jones he's going to feel Von Miller. And I'm going to take the Broncos here.
Yeah, definitely the Broncos. This is one of the easier ones to pick. I think Daniel Jones' time in New York is kind of limited. We're going down to his final days up there. I mean,
it's ticking.
It's not exactly all his fault, but I mean, he's just not the answer. I think Saquon Barkley, though, it's gonna be nice to see him back on the field, though. So that's kind of excited to watch that game. I would say.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Saquon play again. Hopefully they can keep him healthy. All the weapons that they've added to see if Daniel Jones is the answer, and they'll soon find out he is not the answer because when you least expect it, he's going to throw it to the other team, and that will be the ball game. So, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Denver too. Yeah, with the additions, Von Miller coming back, addition to Teddy Bridgewater as well as Drew Lock. I mean, I think it's not the greatest, but it's pretty solid quarterback room. So
sure.
I think that both of them have potential to move the ball very well against the Giants defense. And one player that I like on the Giants defense is James Bradbury.
He's tough.
Yeah. Come from Carolina, I watched him play a lot more than I did when he was in New York. But he's bigger than what people expect him to be, and so he can run very well with the receiver, and he has like long arms to defend the passes. So as long as they watch out for him on defense, I think it'll be their game. I think it's Denver's game to lose. They're going to win as long as everything goes right. But if they kick themselves in the butt the whole time, then they're just going to give the game away.
Yeah, because I could see this game being like a 13-10 type of game because both teams have really good defenses. So I don't expect a lot of points in this game. So, all right. So we're going to move to our Sunday night game. The Chicago Bears will be in Los Angeles visiting the Los Angeles Rams. I'm taking the Rams here. The Bears, I don't know what they're doing. If they were starting Justin Fields, I would pick the Bears, but they're not. They're starting Andy Dalton. So they'll soon find out why they made a mistake. And I'm going to take the Rams.
Well, first, why is this the Sunday night game? I mean,
I have, with all these good 1-4 25 games, I have no idea. Maybe I think it's because it'd be the first game in that stadium with fans. They want to be in that nice stadium. That's the only reason I could think of.
I mean, who knows?
I'm not really gonna be looking at this too hard. I'm probably be on my phone or something because this doesn't excite me at all as a Sunday night game.
but definitely the Rams. I can kind of see why the Bears don't want to start Justin Fields this game. I mean, you don't want to line him up against Aaron Donald, his first NFL start.
Okay,
so I can understand it. But
Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, definitely the Rams. So this probably be a blowout. This won't be close.
oh wow. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say all that, but I'm gonna give it to the Rams too. The Bears are just very inconsistent. Like they may be good one game, they may be garbage one game, and it's like that they haven't found a good groove to be in just to win, or to compete even. So I think this game is very unmatched. So I'm gonna give it to the Rams too.
Yeah, just the simple fact the Bears don't have a good offensive line, that is not a good thing going up against Aaron Donald. So I'm gonna pray for them. I'm gonna pray for Andy Dalton because he may not make it through the first half. So our second to last game that we're going to pick is the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Las Vegas Raiders in the first game with fans in the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. I've seen it on TV. It is humongous. I can't wait to the Cowboys play the Raiders in Las Vegas in 4 years. I'm definitely going to go because I just want to be in that stadium. It's beautiful. But I'm taking the Ravens. In Lamar Jackson, I trust. It's simple as that. This is going to be a good game, but in Lamar Jackson, I trust.
Yeah, the Ravens too, but I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what people might expect with J.K. Dobbins getting hurt. The Ravens definitely, though. With the Raiders, I mean, I know they have Derek Carr, but I mean, I don't know too much about the Raiders. And I definitely have more faith in Lamar Jackson over Derek Carr. So that's why I'll give it that to him.
Yeah, that was my deciding factor. I trust Lamar Jackson way more than I do Derek Carr. So that's why I picked the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens too. I like Lamar Jackson. I like the way he plays, the way he commands the offense. He's actually the definition of a dual threat quarterback. Running and passing. So I think he's going to be able to spread the field more and, just operate and own it more.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Henry Ruggs for the Raiders. I love watching him play because he's very fast, and I know they're going to try to throw him a lot of deep balls. So I'm excited to watch that. This is a great Monday night game. I wish we would have got a better Sunday night game, but, you can't have it all. You can't have it all week one. All right, and to close out the show, as you see behind me, I am live here in beautiful Kansas City. It's a beautiful sunny day, as you see behind me. This is our game of the week. This is going to be a really great game. So we have the Cleveland Browns visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll go last here because it's the game of the week, and I got a surprise planned. But y'all go ahead and let's see who you guys have.
I want to be bold in this prediction. I know everybody's going Kansas City, but give me the Browns.
Oh,
they won't win off the strength of Baker Mayfield, but I think Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett. I know Kansas City, they revamped their offensive line, but I still think those two right there, I think they'll give they'll give Kansas City some trouble. And if Odell can and Baker Mayfield, they can finally mesh a little better this season, I think the Browns they'll make some noise, definitely. I think they have the best. They're not the best team, but they have one of the most complete rosters in the league. So yeah, give me the Browns.
They did. They've made a lot of additions on defense. So we'll see if that helps. Damon, who do you have?
Up until the Demarius spoke, I was like, I'm definitely going with the Chiefs. But like he brought up a good point, having a strong defensive line, and we saw what an unhealthy Kansas City offensive line looked like in the Super Bowl. I'm still gonna give it to the Chiefs, but for it being a regular season game, the Browns are gonna bring the competition. But if this was a playoff game, I would give it to the Kansas City Chiefs all day.
Yeah, this is a rematch of the divisional round between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Browns. As we know, the Chiefs won. I just knew that when Patrick Mahomes went out, I just knew that the Browns were going to win that game. Unfortunately, they weren't able to pull it out. And if my video works, y'all hear it? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I hear the fight song.
Let me cut this off. Let me stop playing. Okay, no, I'm not going with the Chiefs. I know I'm here. I'm probably gonna need security to carry me out of here. But if I'm Kevin Stefanski, I would get the ball first. I would take 8 minutes off the clock, keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline, because I haven't seen the Chiefs be able to, win a game when somebody wins at time of possession. So I think the Browns are going to control the time of possession. When they have to throw the ball to Jarvis, Odell Beckham, Higgins, and all of them, they will. But I think they're going to control the clock, and I think the Browns are going to shock everybody, and I think they're going to win this game by controlling the time of possession. They made all those additions on defense. You don't make all those additions on defense without, wanting to make a statement week one. So I'm gonna take the Browns here, and like I said, I'm probably gonna need security and a hood to get out of here. But yeah, I'm taking the Browns.
That's an upset.
Yeah, quite an upset.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how they cover Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. I don't know, but I think if you are able to get a little pressure on Mahomes, you added Jadeveon Clowney, Malik Jackson. So, yeah.
I don't know about that because Patrick Mahomes is still an escape artist.
Yeah,
you may think you have him down, but like he's still on his feet running, and he's very talented. He's still very talented, even though he's off balance or on the move. He doesn't have to be stationary.
Yeah, the throws he was making in the Super Bowl, it was like he was running for his life off balance, and it was still hitting the receivers in the hands. Like how? Like
he did everything he could.
It's ridiculous some of the things he can do. Not many human beings can do most of the stuff he does. So. Yeah, this was a fun show. Thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, this is the first time I've had guests on my show. So, yeah, this was really fun having other people help me pick games. I look forward to doing this the rest of the season. And if you want to be on the show, I'll have my information. You can just reach out to me, just send me a DM and, we can set it up. And, yeah, I look forward to bringing more guests on throughout the season. And this should be fun. So thank you guys again for joining the show with me today.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Every day I was knocking them bags off. Tryna come up, I ain't really have much. Had to say what I get, let it add up. I was playing the block, I ain't have sports. Gotta get you a watch if you want you a trophy. I was so focused.